complacent. They did not want me to go places. Foil plans like the gold place. And if we pulling up with the whole squad, are you ready? Done told y'all that you better be running. I'm in my go yard when I walk in, I know y'all telling me nothing. I'm the man. Suck it if y'all in denial. I get the chip on them and I bust out the south side. Is that Vigo de Gallo? Boy, yo, stop it, quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, white diamonds, Miley Cyrus, private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, masterpiece, body, young. Hey, I don't know no better. I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy. I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming. I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy. I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro. I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team, and we riding on it. Yeah. More action and no talk. I went quiet on him. Walked in with the whole team, and we riding on it. Hey, couple of bands up in my pocket. I don't want pulse to get wild nonsense. We got momentum, don't try to stop it. Diamonds are clearer than my conscience. I don't let bygones be bygones. That's when I'm honest. Penthouse building, reach heaven's heights. Now that's what you call a God complex. Remember the days I was down low when it was out cold, but I went out and got it. Look at my milestones, man, it feel like the Dow Jones when you look at my pocket. Look at the flex, yeah. Whipping the Teslas. I'm a mess, but it's all a finesse. Boy, yo, stop it, quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, white diamonds, Miley Cyrus, private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, masterpiece, body, young. Hey, I don't know no better. I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy. I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming. I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy. I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro. I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team, and we riding on it. Yeah. More action and no talk. I went quiet on him. Walked in with the whole team, and we riding on it.
T-Rag got me.
Hit boy on the beat, so you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check, not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. Your chain, name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get, expecting at the back. In fact, you know, I sat down with my accountant. He said, I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more. Okay, look, sometimes you need the faith. Sometimes you need to know your worth. Sometimes you need to wait. Shoot like the golden boy, but ain't from the bay. You can't negotiate with Drake. You gon' have to pay, but wait. Jugging on the main stage with the mainframe. Loosen up your face, baby. Sometimes I need a vacate, meditate, hydrate, protect my energy before engagement.
Grew up having nothing, you're labeled impatient. But once the boss made it, you're labeled amazing. Meticulous with words, such a force of nature. I don't wanna seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I wanna see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different ones a week. Cause I deserve that, it's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing up where your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah, I earn that. At the front of this line is where my turn at.
Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a fool. Oh.
I had no idea how the team would react, on or off the field, to my return. But deep down, I knew it was what I needed to do. Returning from an injury like this wasn't going to be easy. And in this situation, we needed to make the smartest possible decision so I could be effective all game long.
Today, from Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's the AFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. The Denver Broncos taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
As far as home field advantages go in the playoffs, there are few places tougher on a visiting team than this one. Sold out Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got... A great one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders, and a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Denver Broncos
at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Josh Jacobs, the ball.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Carr. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
A loss of
defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
This is taken at the 23. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned. By a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
Now throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Well, Charles, the big story today, obviously the courageous return to one of the league's best quarterbacks. When he was injured during an early season victory, the assumption was that he'd be out for the rest of the season. But we found out this week that this is not the case.
And you have to give him a lot of admiration and props for working his way back from what was thought to be a serious injury, and it's natural for him to want to be back out on the field. Remember, when he got hurt, this team was 4-0. I also think we have to question whether or not he should be out there, putting his body on the line, and from the franchise's perspective, they have to wonder whether it's worth having him out there if he's not 100%.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert, but right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Flushed out right. Powerful running. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a first down. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all it does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 10 yards. A nice pass there. And Charles, how important do you think it is that the coaching staff helps him get in a good rhythm early on?
Well, I think it's very important, because not only has he been on a 3-month layoff, we still don't know how healthy he actually is and what his timing is going to be out on the field. So getting him comfortable, getting him success early, that's a big part of this game plan and a big part of what this coaching staff has to do.
First carry here for Joe Mixon. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Mixon, the ball carrier.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and you got the crowd involved fully on their side in this ball game.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a Denver touchdown.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Set to return it. Here's Moore. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round. On the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
Becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, you know, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
At the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. Now the ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 44 yards.
Broncos. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. From 17 yards out, and the Broncos will add on to their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And it's good to make it 14-0. A nice tiny little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Moore now to return. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
To Josh.
On first down, Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. What you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
At their own 25-yard.
So the Broncos coming out now. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. We've already punched 2 tickets to the championship round this weekend. We'll get back to you guys and punch a 3rd in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC divisional round game. And it's the Baltimore Ravens who will continue on as they were able to take care of the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it all to you, let's send it back out to Brandon Guy.
Jason Sanders.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This one fielded at the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Joe Mixon, 72 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. And it is now 21-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Moore now on the return.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Working from the gun, it's Carr, and that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 11. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos about set to go on offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. 58 for Mike. 58. 58 for Mike. Hey, here we go.
The pass there complete to Sutton. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Complete to Cortland Sutton. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Back to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They run for it with Mixon. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And now the spin. There he goes, right side. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Backed up where they were on this side of the field, that was a gutsy call.
A gutsy call that never should have happened. Not so much them going for it. That's their decision. But where's the defensive front? Where's the leverage? Where's the low man wins?
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard pressure in the regular season, got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
And he's able to put it through. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Set to return it. Here's Moore. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense. This is unbelievable.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On second down now, it's Jacobs. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good, backside guys.
Man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Carr to throw on second down.
He'll get this underneath to Jacobs.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
A gain of 4 yards.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. And this is going to be incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. And he's got this one complete to Stewart. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Carr to throw again. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
A 10-yard loss on
They get the sack on the blitz, but it was 3rd and inches. Are you surprised like I am they weren't running the football there?
I'm right there with you. I would have thought at worst, quarterback sneak, try and pick up the first down and move on. But instead, I think they thought they could catch him by surprise and maybe hit something deep.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Broncos will take over on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And it would appear that that first round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start. And no blitz coming, and down he goes. Maurice Hurst coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And a nice play on the end of it, an 18-yard touchdown run.
Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Moore now to return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Now a hit and a loose football.
Recovered by the Broncos.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Out quickly to Judy.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
They are on to the next round of the playoffs, and the story will be the gritty, gutsy effort by one of the league's best QBs.
And he certainly proved the naysayers wrong today, partner. No doubt about that. Now, overall, an up-and-down performance, but he did enough for his team to get the win and advance to the next round. He and his team both have to have confidence and believe that he'll be better the next time out.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just to flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Hey, could count on my paw and look at my dogs from. Way back then, you could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall.
After the game, I was even more sore than I expected I would be. Suppose that should have been a sign that the news I'd be getting from Coach wasn't great. News was devastating. I mean, especially since I had already worked so hard to come back from this injury once, but because I had come back once, I knew that with a cautious approach, I could come back again. I don't think I've ever been as nervous for the regular season as I was when I returned from injury. I felt like a rookie again. Only this time around, I had even more to prove. I knew my time to step away would come eventually, but it would be a choice that I made. Not a choice made for me because of an injury.
Tonight, from Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it. Couldn't get it. And it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 30.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. Again, he targets Judy, and this time the catch made. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Check 26, check 26. Rush in, rush in, rush in.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. They're going to try and throw.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
Well, typically we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 5.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Over the middle to Smith. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
2 yards.
Well, they opted not to run it. They completed the pass on 3rd and 2, but they lost yardage to bring up 4.
But give credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They snuffed out the play. But it does bring into question, 1, the play call, because they didn't run the ball there. They could have run it. And 2, just not getting it. That's got to be deflating for them.
They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message. Hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it. And offense, trying to let him know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory. Be aggressive. Yeah, they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Plenty of excitement in this stadium and all throughout the league as we kick off another NFL season, and there's no shortage of storylines to keep an eye on across the NFL. But, Charles, what has you most intrigued about this matchup we're about to see?
Well, it's almost embarrassing to admit because it's essentially low-hanging fruit. But I'm as eager as everyone at home to see the return of one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He came back for one playoff game last year, but he admitted that might have been a premature return. Now with an entire offseason, training camp to prepare, he's ready to...
And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the 10. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Here come the Bengals. And CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback. Going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Bengals.
Now Burrow on first down. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And the ball is knocked out. The Broncos say they have it. They do. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. You that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Dancing to his left and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, but it'll be second down. But once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off at the 17. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
First down, here's Burrow. Open man is Higgins. 7 yards, the pickup there. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. That time trying to find Gerald Everett, and it's 3rd and short.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
This is taken at about the 14. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, he's looked pretty good to this point. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Well, certainly they're hoping that he continues to pile up those completions. And, Charles, we heard him go on record and say during the offseason he kind of reevaluated his approach to the game. So with that being the case, what are you expecting to see from him this year?
And one of the things you pointed out before we even got to this game was just how refreshingly honest he was about how the injury forced him to change the way he plays. I think that he knew that in order to be successful moving forward, he had to take film study a little more seriously, take care of his body a little bit better, and really get back to the basics of the game and focus on the mechanics. And I think that he's ready to roll now.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. Fielded right around the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On 2nd down, here's Burrow. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. 2 catches in the 1st half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line.
Bradley Chubb.
Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. Now Burrow loses the football. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Burrow on the keeper.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
47-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Brings up
here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the...
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. The drive starts with a completion left side. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
First down, Bengals.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Flush to his right. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one up. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go.
Now Burrow loses the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. Broncos. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
Extra point forthcoming. And it's good to make it 14-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one taken just inside the 10. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So Burrow and the Bengals down by 2 touchdowns. Less than 90 seconds to go. They've yet to dent the scoreboard tonight. Now they've got to do it twice late if they want a chance here. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. The first down screen pass, good for 5. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 42. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate. I will guarantee.
And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Courtland Sutton, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now a fumble. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Broncos.
Complete.
Well, Parker, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Denver's offense ready to go again. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. That's going to be caught by Judy. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They couldn't ask for a better start to the season than this one. And don't want to put too much stock in it, but a week 1 win really in the return for a quarterback that they weren't sure would ever get back to what he once was.
And you and I both know there's going to be a lot of debate about whether or not he was looking better today than he has in the past. But what's not up for debate, they won the game. And in the process, I do think he made a lot of people question whether or not he'd be able to come back as a starter. Look just a little bit foolish.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at EA Sports.
Even though we won our opener, I knew that my subpar performance would lead to some tough questions from the media about my comeback attempt. I knew that these kind of questions would be coming my way for 16 more weeks unless I started playing better. And I wanted no part of having to defend myself every week, so that meant it was time to turn things around.
Today, from Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Denver Broncos taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come in off a loss last time out, but still in the midst of a great season, winners of 8 of their last 10. On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Raiders take over.
The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr. First carry for Josh Jacobs. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
The ball carrier.
A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 20 carries, 86 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First down, Raiders.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
A loss of 7 yards.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A 7-yard.
We've got an interesting ball game here today, Charles, in Week 17, and really the ramifications of whatever goes on here in this game may not come into play until the offseason. Wouldn't you agree?
Certainly right about that, because over the course of the season, we've seen this quarterback attempt to come back from a serious injury and return to what he was before he was sidelined for nearly an entire season. But what the eye test tells me is he's just not the same guy. It's entirely possible he could end up being the fall guy for an unsuccessful season.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Good.
Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. So a nice throw there. And, Charles, you think about the pressure in a ball game like this. Is there any additional pressure here on the quarterback in this ball game?
Absolutely.
And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Jerry Jeudy with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead.
The kicker on for the...
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
On second down, here's Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Broncos 7, Raiders nothing.
Carr now on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The tight end, Dalton Keene, the target. That'll bring up second down.
Brings up second.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr, the open man here, Renfrow. And he coughed it up. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. He'll let this go deep for... He's got it at the 15. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Courtland Sutton, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. He's going to find and complete it to Renfrow.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Shotgun now for Carr. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
Jacobs incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On now is the kicker Jason Myers for the field goal try. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Myers' kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
Raiders 3.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Cortland Sutton, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Las Vegas.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver.
Touchdown, Bronco.
Partner, what we just saw? That's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken just shy of the 10. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
And now here come the Raiders. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Carr. And a slant hold in by Ruggs. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Carr now on first down. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. It's Ruggs. Touchdown, Vegas.
To number 11.
Henry Ruggs. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. And the Broncos have it. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 30. The 20, 10, 5, and he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points.
Jason
following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. As we find ourselves in week 17, he's already well over the 1,000-yard mark. So there's no pressure there. We'll just see where this final tally ends.
And I love what you just talked about there. There's no pressure. There's pride, right? So the higher he can take that number and rank with his peers, everyone wants to be number 1. He wants to post that number like a good golfer, right? Post the best score and go to the clubhouse and kick back and see if anyone can match it.
Well, and he's the go-to guy here out wide. We'll see what they can do with him in this game defensively. They have a big challenge on their hands.
Makes it second.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's caught inside the 35. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 75 yards.
The 1-yard line.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. 24-17, your final score. From there, we make the trip east as we head all the way to Jacksonville to check on the Jags. And it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who are out in front. David Moore, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And at the moment, that game is tied with the visiting New York Jets. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Jason Myers.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And it's been a good game for him to this point, Charles. They're winning on the scoreboard. They got to be feeling pretty good.
And it's always fun for them when they're not just winning on the scoreboard, but they're contributing in a big way. You see him throwing touchdown passes, watching this video here. It's got to be a fun time for him and a relaxed time because nothing is pressing.
Relaxed, cool, calm, collective, all those things describing him right now. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll let this go deep for Sutton. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Brings up second.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Courtland Sutton with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken from about the 12. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. Because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A throw over the middle, taken in. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Out of bounds.
Second down at 6 now from the 42.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Again, it's Carr throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And he's got this one complete to Stewart. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
A gain of 2 yards.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Well, that field goal block pretty much sums up the day for them, doesn't it?
Boy, it really does. What's the word we often use? Symptomatic. It's just been a sign of how this one's gone.
Give a lot of credit to the guys who got in and blocked the kick. They've had the advantage all game. They continue to press it.
The Broncos and Cortland Sutton heading back out there. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore, because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Oh, leaping, and he makes the grab. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Out quickly to Judy. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Broncos continue to pour it on. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
The kicker on for the extra.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And he'll bang that one through. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a very nice return up to the 35, but was it aided by something illegal? Let's find out. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on second down. Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short.
And 3 yards to go.
Now Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A Raider first down, Carter Renfrow.
First down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On first down, Carr. Throw left side, taken in by Renfrow. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up
that last catch short of the marker by just a yard. Leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Carr again. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now left side on the swing pass. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. Now they got to get to the line quickly. To throw again on second down. Carr, Renfrow bringing it in over the middle. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Carr to throw again. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Complete
first down Vegas as Carr finds Ruggs that time. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that when he's forced.
And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Well, it may not have been the storybook ending that he was hoping to have, but at least this comeback season will conclude with a victory.
And let's face it, a winning locker room, that's the place you want to be in the final week of the regular season, even if you fall short of the postseason, because now you build a little momentum heading into your offseason and looking forward to next year.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.
As you'd imagine, the locker room was hyped after that game. Look, I had plenty of tough moments in my career, but fortunately, I had a lot of great ones too. And I have to say, this was one of the better moments of my whole career. Thinking back on it now, it didn't matter what happened the rest of the season. Yeah, we lost in the playoffs to a team that was absolutely stacked with talent, but that one moment was one of the best in my entire life. One piece of advice I always give the young players coming into the NFL is not to take the end-of-year awards for granted. Between the star power on hand and the amazing history of the league, it is an honor to be there. I took the time to rest up and get ready for the next season. I tried to focus on getting my mind and body right, you know? And I needed it for what came next.
That was a comeback for the ages, and it was a treat to watch.
It was one of those situations where when you've been around long enough, you just start to see the game differently. It's almost like everything slows down around you.